Okay, it's June 10, 2026. I'm aboard Sequester today. I am not going to go sailing for the obvious reason that there is zero wind. So what am I here for? Well, at the end of my last video, I mentioned that I had a battery issue to deal with, and I'm starting to do that today. So I'll go below and tell you what I'm going to be doing. Okay, I'm aboard the boat now, sitting on the starboard settee, and what I'm going to do today is remove some of the batteries. Sequester has 5 105 amp hour group 27 lead acid batteries, and I'm going to get 3 of them out today and take them up to my truck. And tomorrow I'll come down and do the other 2. At least that's the plan right now. I may not take the batteries up right now. I may come back this evening at high tide and take them up. It's just a lot easier to haul a bunch of 60-pound batteries up the ramp at high tide than it is at half tide, which is about where it is now. So anyway, I got to get the batteries out. Why? Well, this spring, when I went aboard the boat the first time, I checked the batteries. And usually over the winter, they don't bleed down much if they're in good shape. They start at about 12.8 volts and they might bleed down to 12.6, maybe 12.5. Well, this year they were 12 or a little bit below. So I checked them. Their water was a little low, so I topped them up and I put the charger on. And even though their voltage would suggest they were, down to around 40% of charge, maybe a little less, the charger only put about 100 amp hours total into my battery bank, 525 amp hour battery bank, which was way less than it should have put in given the battery voltage. But they came right up and went into float. So that told me that their capacity was diminished quite significantly. So they were okay, though. I decided not to replace them before launch just because it's a royal pain to haul these heavy batteries up onto the boat in the boat shed. I have to haul them up at least 10 feet to get them on board. I usually tie a rope to them and pull them up that way, but still 60 pounds hand over hand up into the boat is a workout. It's much easier to bring them down to the boat in a cart and just pick them up and set them on board. So I decided to do that. But they seemed okay once we got in the water. The boat engine was starting, everything was fine. Then last week on Thursday, we decided to spend the night aboard. Yeah, so we did that. We used a little power, not much. It was chilly, so we turned the propane heater on, which meant we had to turn the propane solenoid on, which draws a little over an amp. It was on for about 3 hours, and the heater itself draws about 1/10 of an amp. So we were drawing, I'll be generous and say 1 1/4 amps for about 3 hours. So let's say 4 amp hours to run the heater. Other than that, my wife ran a little water, but that was a fraction of an amp hour. And we ran some lights. Not very many, though. My wife likes to sit here by candlelight. So, that's what we did. But the lights we had on are all LED. They draw 0.1 amps each, and we never had more than one on at a time. So we might have used 1 amp hour with the lights. So I'd say at the high end, we used about 5 amp hours, or 1% of my nominal 525 amp hour battery bank. But in the morning when we got up, the batteries, which had been up near float voltage when we got on board, were down to 12.26 volts, which is about 50% discharge. And so that told me, man, these batteries are just about dead and I need to replace them. So I went in and I ordered some new batteries. They did not have 5 of the batteries I need in stock locally. I ordered them and they're supposed to get here Friday. So I'm here today to start taking batteries out, because if I do it Friday, I'm going to have to haul them up the ramp at a low tide, which I do not want to do. So anyway, let's look at what this is going to be involving. Okay, the batteries are located in 2 battery boxes. The first one, which has 3 batteries in it, is right here, this white box with the wires going into it. Those are the windlass wires. And there are 3 batteries in there, and my solar panels are connected to the batteries there. And back at the aft end of the quarter berth here, I don't know if you can see it because of the light, there is another battery box behind the aft bulkhead in the quarter berth. It has 2 more batteries. Now I'm going to try and take the 3 here out today. The difficulty with that is, as you might see, you can't get in there above the batteries and lift them straight and lift them out. You have to reach in over the top of them, and basically the first one especially has to come out one-handed. So it's always a pain because these batteries weigh about 60 pounds each. And as I've gotten older, it has become harder and harder for me to arm curl a 60-pound battery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the solar because the wire going up to this charge controller is in the way. And then I'm going to open up the battery box and we're going to disconnect the batteries, and I'm going to yank out the first 3 batteries. So I'll disconnect the solar and open that battery box up and show you a little bit more about what we're dealing with. Okay, here we go. This is the battery box opened up. Solar is disconnected, although that wire coming off the batteries is still connected to the batteries, but I taped the contacts. So I got to start pulling contacts off. I'm going to take the first battery here out first, and as you can see, there's not enough room over the top of it to get above it and lift it up. So I have to sort of arm curl it out of there, which is not that much fun. So what I'm going to do first is start disconnecting things and getting wires out of the way so that I can lift that battery out. So I'm going to disconnect and then we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll lift it out. I'm not going to film either the disconnection or lifting it just because there's not much light here. It's an awkward place and I'm going to be in the way, blocking the view of the camera. So yeah. So anyway, this battery is the hardest one to get out because the others, once this one's out, I can slide the next one forward, tilt it up, get a hand under it, and it's a lot easier to lift out than the first one, which is basically a single arm curl to get it out of there, which is a bit of a hassle. So time to disconnect the first battery. Okay, first battery is disconnected. I took the windlass cables off, which are over here. I did tape the ends even though they're not connected to anything. And I took the battery cables off and I taped the ends of those just for safety. And now I get to see if I can arm curl 60 pounds and lift this battery up. It's got to come up at least so the bottom can sit on the top edge here where my finger is, and that's about 1 foot. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to video this because there may be some language that isn't suitable for YouTube. Well, the first battery is out. It wasn't hard at all. I paid a guy from the marina to lift it out, and he just, young guy, he just reached in there and lifted it out. I couldn't budge it. The others aren't so bad because I've got, I can lever them out a little more easily. Anyway, I got to get the rest of the batteries disconnected. Everything's disconnected. I got to bring myself a piece of wood to put in there and slide these batteries up. I can't lift them out. Used to be able to, but I cannot do it anymore. So I'm going to bring myself a piece of 1x6 and just put it in there at an angle and slide the batteries up it. The first one will be a little hard, but the second one should be pretty easy. I just need about a 3-foot piece of 1x6. And this is the last time I am ever going to have to take these batteries out. Well, all 3 of those batteries are out. The others just slide out on the quarter berth, so they're easy. I used a plank to create an inclined plane to slide them up. So yeah, woof! That was a workout. I am no longer as strong as I used to be. So, I'm going to take these up, put them in the truck, and head home. Okay, there's the view into the back of the quarter berth. The unpainted wood panel is a little door that I put in there to access that battery box back there. So what I have to do is just crawl back there, take that panel out, disconnect the 2 batteries that are still back there, and slide them out that door. And then get them forward and out of the boat. It shouldn't take too long. The only hard part is crawling back there. I have to go back, get them out of there, disconnect them, and then I'll have to crawl back out, turn the cushion up on its side, and then slide the batteries out. Okay, this battery is slid out. I just tied a line to the handle and slid it forward. So I'm going to go back there again, get the next one out of that battery box, and slide it forward. And then we'll get both of these out of the main part of the boat and into the cockpit so they'll be easy to get at when I come back later today. Well, I forgot my GoPro and I was filming with my camera. I don't do that very often, and I goofed it all up. So I didn't get any video of pulling the second battery out, but there they are, both batteries. Took me about 30 minutes all together from the time I got on the boat to get those batteries out. Now I just have to haul them up to my car. It's about half tide right now. I think I'm going to come back about 8 o'clock tonight at high tide, and when it will be much easier to lug these 120 pounds of batteries up the ramp. Okay, the batteries are off as I just showed you, ready to haul up to the car. As I said, I'm going to wait until high tide to do that. It's just a lot easier to drag those things up the ramp at high tide than it is to do it now at about half tide. As I showed you, the batteries are out. Now I'm filming with my phone, which is really different for me. I don't use it very often, and so bear that in mind. And it's screwing around with the light intensity a little bit, so sorry about that. Anyway, the next step is to put the new batteries in. I had 5 Group 27 105 amp hour deep cycle batteries in there that were both my starting batteries and my house bank. Originally, this boat came with 3 batteries, and for years that was fine. And then when we put the electric winches on, 12 years ago now, I upgraded to 5 batteries because I thought that the electric winches were going to be a huge amp draw and drain on the batteries. They do draw, let's say, 150 amps when they're running. That is per winch, but of course you never use 2 of them at one time. But it turns out that a typical tack takes less than 10 seconds of winch time, and only part of that is at high amp draw. And, in a typical sail, like when we went out day before yesterday, we tacked 9 times, and that was a lot. And even if we tacked, and ran the winches continuously for 15 minutes at maximum draw, they'd only draw about 37.5 amp hours. Now, if we have 315 amp hours, That's only like 13% of our battery capacity. So it really isn't much. And we don't really need the other two batteries. So I think what I'm going to do is just put 3 batteries in, and we'll try them for a while. And if they work fine and we don't have any issues, like finding that we've drained the house bank down too much, then I'll just keep going. On the other hand, if it does turn out that it'd be better to have the additional batteries, all the wires and everything to put the additional batteries in are already cut and made up. It's just a matter of sliding them back into that aft battery box and hooking them up. So, I'll do that if I need to. But going down to only 3 batteries will save me $400, which would be nice. So I'm going to just buy 3 tomorrow when they come in, and we'll put those in and see how it works. So that's where we are today. Hope you found this little battery replacement thing interesting. It has been a pain to get the batteries out of that original battery box. 20 years ago, it was no problem. I could lift them out of there easily. But somehow in the intervening 20 years, I think the batteries have gotten a lot heavier. And I personally could not lift that first battery out. I did take advantage of the inclined plane principle to get the other 2 out, and that wasn't bad at all. But the first one has to come straight up, and there's just no place to, to lift it straight up. You have to do a 1-arm curl, which is not that easy anymore. So if I put 3 batteries in and they last 7, 8 years, because I'm be putting sealed batteries in, not straight flooded batteries, so I won't have the watering issues I have with the previous batteries, which I did let get a little low on water a couple of times. So they should last. And 8 years from now, I'll be in my middle 80s, and I don't think I'll have this boat. So changing out the batteries again will be the next guy's problem. Okay, that's it for today, the 11th of June 2026. Thanks for watching this little boat project.